Hey guys, how you doing? This is episode 10. Just a quick post here on general marketing tips for your job board. Just basically for beginners if you're starting out. It's kind of a general overview of what you should be doing. And in later episodes, I'll go into more detail on each of these different avenues you can use to market your board. So I guess first up is taking advantage of social media. This avenue represents a very low cost, effective way of getting traffic. I'm talking about three things basically: blogs, um, Twitter, and Facebook. So with a blog, you want to start a blog for your job board. I think every job board should have a blog with it these days. It just makes sense from an SEO standpoint and to help get free traffic. So talk about your local job market or whatever industry you serve. Give out job search advice, have guest posts. Anything to do with job hunting and career advice is great for a blog to use. And it's definitely a must-have for any board these days. Twitter, get yourself a Twitter account. Put up a nice logo in the background there. And I'll give you some tips later on how to do some of this stuff. But create a Twitter account for yourself. Even if you don't have time to start it right now or work on it right now, just start it and at least get the Twitter username reserved. Okay, so for later on use. And create a Facebook fan page, not a group or anything. A Facebook fan page is what you want to get, and promote that. Promote all those different offerings: the blog, the Twitter account, and the Facebook fan page on your job board itself, especially on the home page, because you want to interact with people wherever they may be. And these days, a lot of them are on social media like Twitter and Facebook. All right. Second thing is advertise your board online. Now, there's basically a couple different ways to do that. Obviously, the job search engines are key. I'm talking about Indeed, Simply Hired, and Juju, Juju, which is sort of the third biggest job search engine out there. On all these sites, you can set a budget for yourself, so you don't have to spend a lot if you don't want to. But go ahead and get your jobs indexed. It's free, and spend a little bit of money sponsoring some of those jobs on all those sites. It'll just give you a much greater coverage across the job market industry. I think Indeed is now the #1 job board in the country, and I say job board because it's really a job search engine, but it has surpassed Career Builder in terms of, I think, monthly uniques and page views, which I just read about. So definitely get yourself on those. You can also check out topusajobs.com, which is another pay-per-click engine, and also Google AdWords. At the very least, you don't have to spend a lot, but go create a Google AdWords account or campaign for your board. It'll definitely help a little bit, I think, as far as SEO. I always create at least a $2 a day campaign for every board that I start, just to give it some coverage on Google and to make sure they know about it and everything. So definitely get on Google AdWords. And again, you can try the new stuff from Microsoft as far as Bing goes. I haven't been using their advertising benefits in a while, but I may be looking them up again since they're now going to power Yahoo. So. And then last thing is offline. And the things that I found offline to be most successful for me are job fairs. So I go to like a lot of local job fairs in the area, especially with colleges and the State Department of Labor, and I just pass out flyers to the boards and just help to generate a little extra traffic. They're generally pretty cheap as far as reaching job seekers. So a couple $100 you can get a table and reach hundreds of job seekers in one setting. So definitely check out job fairs in your area. Other tip is join your local SHRM chapter, chapter of SHRM, which is the Society for Human Resources Management, and get yourself known in that community. When I first started my board, I actually volunteered to build a website for the local chapter of SHRM here in Southern Connecticut, and that got me in to the right decision makers and got myself known in the area, and definitely paid off a lot for me over the years. So everyone knows my local job boards here in the area, and joining SHRM was definitely a big part of that, I think. So those are my general marketing tips for job boards. Again, I'll be tackling each of these in more detail in later podcasts. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.